Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris in our Song of the Stars series. We have just colonized a lot further out in one episode than I thought we could, so we are going to make use of this wonderful, wonderful expansion planner and continue to do likewise now that we have so many influence points. So we have a desert world here. That would be great for the Zikmok, which is our slave race. And then we have a tundra world down here, which would also be good for the other slave race we've been using to colonize. This arid world looks like it would also be good as well, but Bitreus would be the smarter one to go for because that would expand our borders further, in that direction. So let's see. Bitreus 2A is a desert world. Let's go ahead and get the expansion planner opened up. Bitreus 2A, yep, there you go. All right, so we need to take a population from Furtist. Now, we need to, preferably, if the same population combination exists, that's what we need to go for. So Fanatic Collectivist has a higher tolerance for... Well, let's do the same thing we did before. Let's actually go to Furtist, and let's look at which slave populations are highest, are happiest, rather. So this is a Xenophile Militarist Collectivist pop, and this is a Fanatic Collectivist Materialist pop. And they're both similarly happy. It looks like this one's a little bit happier. Can I see what the happiness is? But yeah, it's 53, whereas this is 49.2. So yeah, it looks like this would be one of the best populations. There are definitely some xenophobes and some militarists that we might need to think about purging. Yeah. There are just some unhappy populations, and I want the ones that are more conducive to slavery to survive. I really have no interest in killing off this species, but, you know, the voices, they'll do what they have to do to make sure that they don't have problems. That's part of their race's description. And eventually we might get to a point where we have a federation going, where we could potentially have, you know, relationships, for instance, with the Spyron Foundation. You know, that they could have their own space. You know, I haven't decided how I want to treat them yet. We're probably going to conquer the Serene Hanfalir and see how that goes. But yeah, so it looks like, which population was it? This one was Fanatic, Collectivist, and Materialist. All right, so let's send that one to Bitreus. Bitreus 2A. Okay, now Furtist, Fanatic, Collectivist, and Materialist. These guys. Oh wait, no, that's us. Hang on. Yeah. So this is the population we need to send. It's lacking 12 influence points. Okay, let's just sit here and let them accrue, because it's not going to take that long. All right, just kidding. We're not going to sit there the whole time, but it's only going to take a few months, then we'll have enough to colonize Bitreus, which would be great. Takes a little bit more influence than I was anticipating, but okay, good. Our colony in Gossick has been set up. Let's go ahead and manage Sec Goss, our new sector, and add that system to it, as well as Hydrobius and Bintu and Drisk. Okay. So Sectalas in the last episode became one of our strongest sectors. Just insane amount of planets and territory. I think Sekhmet might still be the best. Oh, cool. A more detailed scan of one of the many natural satellites orbiting the gas giant Farragon 3 has revealed a deposit of previous metals and minerals that was overlooked in the initial survey. Although the moon is very small, it has a stable orbit around its primary and appears tectonically stable. An excellent find. Where are you? All right, this is in Farragon. So, okay, we're now exploring on the other side of the Spyron Foundation's space. And it looks like there are some pirates in Joinham. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Okay, that's good news. Let's take a second. Let me pause things for a moment, and let's see how the factions are doing. Can I manage this faction? Okay, can't do anything here. I'm already suppressing some factions here. The Sekbran Autonomous Fighters. Okay. The malcontent slaves we might need to deal with. So Monval Cayusto is their current leader. We're already suppressing them. The majority of them are on Furtist, not surprising. And then there's 15 pops on Kasalosh. Now, so some of the malcontent of this race are also contributing to that faction. Yeah. And there's also an emancipation movement, which we are suppressing. So that's actually within our own species, people saying that it's not okay that we have slaves. But the Quorum disagrees. Isn't that the name of the leader? Yeah, Quorum Calave, the first, who is how old? Ooh, he's 84. Holy crap. Quora Parent Tillin will become Quora Tillant. It's a World Shaper. Ooh, that's going to be good to have. Terraformation cost minus 15 and Clearbacher cost. Edict cost and Edict duration plus 25. Oh, that's awesome. Hang on. Yeah. Calave hasn't actually had the best bonuses for us. But I really do need to think more earnestly about... Hang on, we could colonize Hydrobius as well, couldn't we? Let's go ahead and do that. I need to think more earnestly about reducing those factions in a more dastardly way. All right, Hydrobius 2 is a desert world. Oh wait, what do we have? Unstable tectonics, lower happiness, but society output will be 25%. So this actually, we can still colonize it, but these slaves will not be all too happy. All right, materialist, fanatic, collectivist. Zikmok, yeah. Well, do I want to use influence right now? Hang on. Before I set up that colony, I want to set up this one, Vitrius. So let's do that first. Which I think is ready now. Alright, so Furtist. And then we're going to send a fanatic, collectivist, materialist. There we go. Lacking 6. Okay, we're still down a little bit. So I need to wait a little bit before I establish any more colonies. But yeah, things are just going generally well.
Construction complete.
Also, how is Sec Goss doing? Oh, there does not appear to be any problem with output here right now. So let's manage the sector and see. Tell you what, let's have you focus on generating research. Do that for me.
Anomaly found.
Atmospheric readings from Farragon 2A do not match simulated projections. We'll research it then. Figure out what's going on. Okay, good. This colony's been established, which means we can probably add some more. Let's go ahead and... Yep. A couple more systems can fit in here. Perfect. And we'll take Uram as well. All right, now the question is, do we have any construction ships that are busy, that are not busy, rather? And we don't. I mean, we could build another one, because we have a lot of building to do out here now. There's just so much in this area. We can trust the sector to improve on its own, but I kind of don't want to. All right. Should we... I think we should have enough influence now, right? Let's... Swirling Shadows. Oh, yes. Shadow Play modifier to Farragon 2A. Nice. All right. Vitrius 2A. Furtist. Fanatic. Collectivist. Materialist. Colonize. And let's land you...
System survey
right there. Null. Vitrius. Okay, we finished a research project. Let's pause and see what our options are. Naval capacity plus 10%. Good lord, I need to build more ships. New research. New biolabs. Or a new clone army or clone vats. This is a biological path. This will lead to further advancement in biological enhancement and adaptation. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, because I feel like that opens a whole new branch. Now, let's take a quick look and see if there are any... Yep, there are some upgrades we can definitely make. Here as well. And looks like we need to have a mine set up here. Mining network. One of the research projects we were recently doing was an improvement to the mining network, so that'll help as well. Let's get mining network set up there. Oh, and we definitely need a science lab there. Anywhere else that's not built? Actually, wasn't very... Oh, wait, there was one. There was one. Yep. Yep. Mining network. Okay, and then over here, just looking for any tiles that don't have structures on them. fairly easy to spot. Yeah, see, this needs a power plant. And yet this needs a research lab. So definitely a few new population have popped up on worlds that I haven't fully built. What about Nalulaz? You're fully built, right? Yeah. That's one of our first colonies. If that wasn't fully built, I'd be shocked. And this is our home world here. Nalzaroth. Empire Capital Complex. God, it's just an awesome, awesome structure. Really, really powerful. Okay, so we have a colony ship on the way to Bitrius, and then we're going to start expanding in this direction in the same way we expanded originally. Tell you what, let's expand Sek Karen a little bit. Oh, we can't add this one just yet. It's close, but not quite. All right, so we're building up 3 influence points per turn again, which is nice. We have a defensive pact that kind of unexpectedly took away some of my influence per turn. Just kind of caught me off guard. How much would it cost to colonize Hydrobius 2? Probably 30, I'm guessing. Okay, so now we have access to Lethuric Gas, which is a boost to shield hit points. What do we have access to now? Ooh, Planetary Shield Generator. That would probably be good for defenses. It's also a rare technology. Let's go ahead and research that since it's rare.
System survey complete.
And we can build that on some of our most advanced planets. So we definitely need to get a science ship out the other direction. Oh wait, Quorum Calave has died, which means Coratilan 1 is now our leader. So edicts are cheaper, and we get the World Shaper bonus. Now, hang on. We have 10 of 14 leaders, so we can definitely have more sector leaders if we needed. Tell you what, hang on. Sectalas, you have become an overwhelmingly powerful. There are 34 population in Sectalas. Let's give you a leader. All right, let's recruit a leader. Okay. Cheaper. All right. We can't recruit some of these, unfortunately. This is better research. Okay, so we actually don't have a really good leader for that sector right now that would help with their problems, but it looks like Sek Karen is no longer having energy production issues. That's good news. So things are improving. Not that we've had a problem with resources for a while. Speaking of that, I do really need to build up my fleets. We are receiving a weak signal from the surface of this planet. The source appears to be some kind of tracking beacon. Research, please. Let's also go ahead and tell these ships to upgrade, because we've researched a couple of new technologies.
Construction complete.
Okay.
Upgraded.
Interesting. So that's not quite in our territory yet. But we need to get this construction ship out here pronto. Mining stations. Mining stations. Mining stations. Research stations. Just going to give it a bunch of orders. Because we have the resources to do it. It's going to take a long time to get all these built, but that's fine. It's going to be a really productive sector. This is another one of my favorite tracks. This is from the vanilla Stellaris OST. Okay, let's stop with that for now. That's enough orders.
Ships upgraded. Construction complete.
Okay, starting to see a boost to the attack power of these ships here. Now, I think we have, that's right, we have battleships being built here. So, tell you what, one thing I want to do while this is paused. Now, isn't there a way to... No, I don't want to split the fleet. All right, we can select both. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and transfer 3 of those battleships to the other fleet. Okay, and on that note, let me go ahead and take this... Oh, I'm scrolling the wrong direction. We're going to have you actually... Let's send you to Eulasia. Now Eulasia still has a perfectly functioning spaceport. And we can build twice as fast. Speaking of that, I'm seeing what else I might need to build spaceport-wise. I'm looking forward to getting access to colonizing additional systems in our core territory. I would like to expand our core space, if possible. Possibly in this direction. That would be amazing. Like if we could terraform Iflor to be a better planet and then colonize it and expand out in that direction with the core voices territory. Heck yeah. Let's do it. Speaking of expansions, one moment. This frontier outpost is probably no longer necessary. Let's go ahead and disband that. Okay, that actually did take out a number of systems. That's unfortunate. I thought we would be able to hold down the fort a little bit better. A small short-range transmitter has been located on the surface of Soyama 1. It appears to be an ancient survey marker placed here eons ago. Lost my space. To mark a large deposit of precious metals. The miners it was meant for evidently never arrived, as the deposit is still here. All right, so we've seen that one before. I think a number of those systems are ones that I just gave orders for. So who knows how that'll go down. But that kind of sucks. We just lost. We might still be getting those points since we have stations in those regions. Yeah, I definitely just gave orders to build in all of those places. So that sucks. We are going to need to definitely do some colonizing out here to where that problem is dealt with. But now that we eliminated that, we're now gaining 4 influence per turn. There are signs of activity by an ancient precursor sieve in the vicinity of this gas giant. Research it. Research complete. Cool. Mining Network 3 is now open. And we can research the impulse thruster. We could also research the engineering facility. Let's go for the impulse thruster. I like my fast ships. If you've been watching me for a while in either Stellaris or Master of Orion, you know that I like my fast ships. Alright, so... Oh yeah, that's right. We have transports here. And then this construction ship is doing what exactly? And why can't I see you? It's saying there's a construction ship here, but... it's not showing on the civilian ship list. Oh, it might belong to...
System survey complete.
It might belong to another sector. A colossal impact crater hints that something big collided with the surface of this planet once. Good. Gas mining facility. Okay, you need to research that before you go anywhere else. Research project. Do it. So that's actually... that's a precursor chain. So we need 6 total. So we're finding more. Oh, wow. Wow, holy crap. Okay, there's a lot out here that we could potentially colonize. Continental world here that would be good for the voices. And this is enough space, I think, for us to kind of move around the Ukopraknar.
System survey complete.
Alright, this colony ship, where can you go? A massive crater on Derep 6 appears to be the result of a collision with a starship. From the size of the crater, we suspect that a ship traveling at full warp rammed the planet for reasons unknown roughly 10,000 years ago. The Lumrona has picked up residual subspace echoes near the crash site, reminiscent of a collapsed warp field, but as the ship itself disintegrated on impact, the theory cannot be verified. Remarkable. Alright, so that took away some time from our physics project.
System survey complete.
You know what? We need a new science ship. Let's go ahead and work on that. And then I need to work on building up my fleets. Let's build a new science class ship. Let's build one at Naulaz as well. They're building nice and fast because they're small ships and they're cheap.
Construction complete.
Okay, so you now need a leader. Leader experience gain plus 15%, probably a good one. Research speed plus 10%. Let's go for the experience gain boost. So let's recruit that leader. Perfect. All right, now you need to go out here. Survey that system. Survey that system. Survey that system. And this one. We actually have a number of unsurveyed systems in our territory. Not acceptable. The Lum Lyra. Ooh, I like that ship name. All right, another leader. So this is taking up a couple of our leader slots, but it's worth it. Research speed, survey. Oh, yeah, definitely. We're going to recruit you. Farron Kalizem. Good for you, Farron. You are now in charge of this ship here, and you need to come out here and survey that system. We're going to have a couple of science ships out here investigating those stations, or those systems, as rapidly as possible. Okay, Sek Karen probably needs to take on... Actually, do we need to have... Hold on. Sek Karen, rather. Needs to take on these guys. And then we're going to do a new sector. Another one. Planets and sectors. So this is going to be our last possible sector we can start, which is not good. We could potentially have to reorganize our sectors to make them a little bit bigger. But I do want to have a new sector around Bitrius. Or do I? Maybe I should just expand Sek Karen now. Save. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We're going to make Sek Karen bigger. Done.
Special project complete.
Okay, so we got some engineering research. A mostly intact Voltom spacesuit that previous looters had somehow overlooked has been recovered by our archaeologists. The 4-meter-long tube-like construct has given our scientists new insights into what kind of environments the Voltom preferred. So we got some engineering research from that as well, which we could use because that's a long-term project we've got going in engineering right now. 88 months out, in fact. All right, so this science ship needs to just go back to auto exploration. I've got a couple of science ships out here, the Lum Rona and the Lum Leo. Those are two of my oldest science ships, currently exploring the frontier to the galactic east of the Ukoproknar. There is significant scarring on the surface of this world in a pattern that cannot be natural. From orbit, the massive rifts almost look like writing. Research, yeah, we've seen that one before. Governor Milas Karup has died at the age of 85. Okay, so we had a governor in charge of... Hang on, let's look at our sectors. Oh no, it's just the governor on Nalzaroth. So let's recruit a governor and put a new governor there. Azulika Pinnet. Yeah, let's go ahead and just do that. New governor. I just feel like the capital should have a governor. I might change as I become a more experienced Stellaris player. Another really great track from the Leviathan soundtrack is playing right now, by the way. I shouldn't be talking over it. Alright, so all of our mining is now being improved because we have access to that upgrade. Someone used a mining laser from orbit approximately 5,000 years ago to carve a large body of writing into the surface of Evolve 3. The massive script covers a large portion of the planet's upper hemisphere and appears to be a short story chronicling the difficult life of an alien mercenary. Alright then. Narcissist much? I've seen that story before, but I'm re-narrating a lot of these because I always assume that some people will jump in later in the series and won't have seen the things several earlier times in the series that a lot of us have. So anyway, we're at the 25-minute mark, so I'll go ahead and cut this episode here. In the next one, we are going to work on, well, surveying some systems, as well as potentially establishing some more colonies. Now that we're making so much influence per turn, and it's a little bit easier to do, you're going to see me focusing on that a good bit. So thanks very much for watching this one. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes with science fiction, simulation, or survival themes air every day at 6 Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.